If you're like me and you'd call yourself a keen cyclist, you probably think you cycle quite a lot, really. I mean, I go out most days, not every day though. But what would that be like? The guys at Abbas have set me a challenge, and the challenge is to ride for an hour every day for 30 days straight. Come rain or shine, no matter where I am, I have to be out on my bike. And to help me along, they've sent me some kits, some helmets and some locks. Now we'll look at that stuff a little bit later in the video, but for now, it's time for me to get out on my bike. Day one, slogging up Kingsdown with Ollie. Say hello, Ollie.
Hiya.
Yeah, it's a sunny day, my legs are fresh, all my kit's washed. 29 more days of this to go. You ever ridden 30 days in a row?
Not nearly.
No, me neither. I think probably about 7 is as much as I've managed. Yeah. So after taking a week off basically before this is my second ride in a day. I'm on an e-bike, which I've just reviewed. I'm going to swap it for another e-bike, which I'm going to review.
So it's already got a bit complicated because last night I had to drive back to Suffolk, but I got the bike in the back of the car.
So flat around here. Day 3, bike packing. When I say bike packing, what I mean is going to a rural pub to drink cider, then sleeping it off in the field behind and going home the next day. I'm just going to give a little nudge. Day 4. My legs don't feel that fresh. My head doesn't feel that fresh really either. But it's just a bimble home. I'm going to do a bit of gravel on the way because I've got the bike for it. And probably check in Charlie's Cafe, have a bacon sandwich. Day 5. Doesn't get any better than this, riding with me besties in beautiful Sheerwater in the sunshine.
With a melted chocolate bar.
At least you've got a chocolate bar. I'm going to bonk on the way home like something chronic. Every time I take a drink on video, I mess it up. Day 7, laps. Day 8, sooner or later my luck's going to change, and that looks like it might be tomorrow. So for today I'm just making the most of these beautiful dusty trails on my Tripster. Quick leap into work and then I'm in the office again. It's such a beautiful day. Okay, day 9, the weather is holding. I'm just off to ride some lovely Bath hills, of which fortunately there is pretty much unlimited supply. Next. 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 And relax. What day am I on?
What day are you on?
I'm losing track.
Friday? When did we start?
Day 10, I think. Day 10? Day 10!
Enjoying it, mate?
Who put this on the route?
Some idiot.
New puncture record. What's that? 300 metres. Brilliant.
I thought you were coming to be helpful, but
No, mate.
obviously not.
I'm on hungover day.
Welcome to road.cc Hackle Bodge.
Okay, day 13, and it had to happen eventually, but this is the first day that I haven't really felt like doing it. It's just cold and grey out, my legs are tired from the weekend, and I just didn't really fancy it. But I'm doing it anyway. I'm doing a loop that wouldn't normally take me an hour, but definitely is going to take me an hour today, so I'm doing it really slowly. Don't judge me. Day 14, got my mojo back a bit. Dan's helping. Thanks, Dan. Nice. Where are you going? Oh, I take it back. Come on. Skids for the kids. I haven't done that before, that's fun. Day 15, the sun's out, it's a little bit warmer. It's a little bit warmer, but it's not quite warm enough to be dressed like this. So I'm gonna have to work quite hard, I think. So I'm halfway through my challenge. I'm going strong, I reckon. As I said, we've teamed up with Abbas to make this video. They sent me a load of product to help me along my way. So let's go through the things that I've got from them. First up is this. This is the Abbas Mercator MIPS helmet, $69.99, which is a really good price point for a helmet with the MIPS system, which helps to prevent against rotational brain injuries. And it also comes with a peak for if you want to do some gravel riding. Good versatile helmet, that. Next up is this. This is the Storm Chaser. I've been using a lot on the road rides. A good mid-range road performance helmet. And lastly, this is the Abbas Hyben 2.0 MIPS. Again, another MIPS helmet, but this time an urban one. Little LED in the back there to get you noticed when you're riding home. All of those, of course, are approved to the usual safety standards, and they've all got decent micro-adjust dials for tuning in the fit. But you'll probably know Abbas for their locks, and I've got a lot of locks that I've been using on this journey. First up is this. This is the Granite X Plus 540. Big chunky beast. This is one of the strongest locks they do, and it's heavy. You'll need a decent pannier to stick it in, or it comes with a bike mount as well. Slightly less weighty, but still very secure as this. This is the Granite Plus 470 lock, so a little bit lighter weight, and it comes with a cable, which is really good for locking your wheel to your bike, or as I've been using it in the shed, locking two bikes together with the D-lock. Next up is this. It's the Bordeaux 6000 link lock. Quite neat and compact. It's got a really nice little bottle cage mount as well for sticking it on your frame. And last up is this. This is the City Chain 1010. Really good for locking bikes up in a shed, locking a load of bikes together. Nice and secure too, and also very heavy. A good range of locks then for a variety of different situations. And one of the great things about Abbas locks is they can be keyed alike by your local dealer. So you can have one key to open all the different locks, which is great if you lose them, like I do. One thing I can't show you obviously is the Granite Anchor 60, because I've stuck that to the bottom of my shed and that's where it's going to stay. But I can show you this, the cable lock Combiflex, which obviously isn't super secure, but it's a really good option if you're out and about at a cafe stop or you're just popping into a shop. Just want to make sure your bike can't be wheeled away. So loads of great riding and security products, and I'll let you know how I got on with them all at the end. But for now, let's get back to the riding. Same road as yesterday, different bike, different kit. Bit more smashy today, I'm already tired. I've only done 5k.
Living the dream.
Yeah, mate.
Got a stove and a light.
And I'm in my house.
There's a nice way through Bridgewater. Yay! So after 130k yesterday, I'm taking it easy today, just rolling round. In fact, I probably wouldn't have come out at all if I hadn't had to. But here we are, I promised. So, short loop with not too many hills in it. Day 22, another nice shot for the montage. Ah, lights. Day 23, I've already done 20k today, getting my second jab, but it was on an e-bike and it doesn't count. So back out again. The rain we had on Exmoor is all past, the trails are dry again. Time for a bit of gravel riding. Yeah, just not feeling it today really. The COVID jabs wiped me out. It's been a mad busy day at work, so I'm just rolling around town for an hour till I can go home. Don't judge me. It's fair to say I didn't fancy it this morning when the rain was pelting down on the conservatory roof, but look at it now. Cider?
Yeah.
Cider.
Yeah.
Sweet nectar of the gods.
Yep.
Day 27, the last two. It's been raining when I started and it's cleared up, but today it's not going to clear up. Something a bit different today. Got to train out to Penrith, so I'm going to Scotland. Now I'm riding around Ullswater, which is very beautiful. This is beautiful and completely unrideable. Day 29, I'm up in Scotland, in Callendar, filming a video here. So a lot of toing and froing. I'm also getting some riding in as well. I'll definitely get my hour today. Day 30, my final day, and what a place to be doing it. Look at this view, it's amazing. I can't stop too long, all the horseflies will eat me alive, so I better crack on.
So Dave, you're back from your 30 days, you're back from your skinny dipping session. Scores on the doors,
Scores on the
please.
doors. I did 1,340 kilometres in
Wow.
30 days, so that's an
Not
average
bad.
of just under 45 kilometres a day. Not bad, about 2 hours of riding a day. Obviously that wasn't 45 kilometres a day every day, it varied. So the longest day was 131k, back from the top of Exmoor to my house. I didn't really have much option to go a long way that day. Shortest day was also a 2-dayer, back from Tucker's Grave Inn.
Yes, cider.
After a skinful of cider,
Yeah.
yes. Not very quick.
And So that sounds like a decent range of riding. Did you have a decent range of bikes?
Yeah, I got through 7 bikes in total,
that's not too
including e-bikes, which I've counted in the end. Most of the time I was on all-purpose bikes because that's what I normally ride. So I've got a Tripster ATR that I ride most of the time. That's set up more for road, and then I've been testing a Fairlight Farron too, and that was mostly set up for off-road. So I rode those probably on half of the days in total, maybe a bit more.
Yeah, and you found it okay getting out every day?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that I've found most of all is that if you need to go out for an hour, if you've committed to going out for an hour, then you can usually find an hour. You know, there's normally a bit of downtime in your day, whether that's maybe at lunchtime or maybe it's early before everyone's got up, or maybe if your kids are young after they've gone to bed and before you go to bed. There's normally a bit where you're thinking, well, I could sit and watch telly, or I could get out on my bike. And actually making that commitment to do it means you do it.
Yeah. I'm guessing this is a British summertime, so were there any days that you really wished you hadn't gone out?
There was a few days where it was wet when I started, but most of those it kind of dried up by the end. There was one day where it was just wet I only went out for an hour, it was wet for the whole hour, soaking wet, and it was a bit of a chore. The day after my COVID jab also, I just had nothing in the legs and it was just horrible. But other than that, most of it was really good. I mean, we had really good weather at the start, then it was changeable, but I really enjoyed the process of making time each day, the discipline of that, and also just getting out every day. If you can get out of the door, that's the biggest hurdle, isn't it? Once you're out normally, you're going to have a good time.
It's usually the best decision that I make in a day, just to get out. You know, it doesn't have to be structured or anything. Speaking of which, has this been good for your training? How's your race form?
Now, I've been racing since I finished this and I got my head kicked in.
Yep.
So not good, but the reason for that is because what I was doing mostly was steady state efforts.
Yeah.
So I was going out for an hour or 2 hours and just doing an hour or 2 hours of easy riding, really. I did one hard day in 30 days. So obviously that high-end fitness that you get from doing, you know, proper intervals and stuff, I just didn't have it, and I don't have it now. But if you asked me to go out and ride, you know, 200k now, I'd be fine because I've got that base level. I'm Audax fit, basically.
Ah, nice way to put it.
Yeah.
So as you might have seen at the top of this video, Abus were sponsoring the video today, and they gave you a load of kit to use.
Loads of lovely stuff, yeah.
Shall we go through that? I want to start with this very red helmet.
This is a very red helmet. This is the Storm Chaser, so a mid-range road helmet. It's really light, nice and comfortable. It's got lightweight straps, good adjustable micro dial on the back there. I found it really good. I used it mostly for the fast rides.
Yep.
Because it's red and it looks fast.
Must be faster.
Must be quick.
I can't see a MIPS logo on that.
No,
but
no MIPS on this.
I can on these two helmets.
Yeah, so this is the Mercator MIPS, and this is the helmet that I use most over the 30 days. So it's a multi-purpose helmet, so it comes with a peak so you can gravel it up. It's got the MIPS obviously inside, got a nice bug net at the front there.
See, you know, I always look at those bug nets and think, that's a bit naff. But actually, then summertime rolls around and you're constantly scratching your head.
Yeah, in Scotland, a lifesaver. You should have seen the amount of stuff crawling around in the front of the helmet. But really good, a little bit heavier than the Storm Chaser, but just a really good all-purpose helmet, so I use that a lot.
And judging simply by the colour, this must be your urban helmet.
This is my urban helmet. Now, I don't normally wear a helmet when I'm riding.
You're much more of a bobble hat rider.
Yes, I am. But I found it pretty good, actually. I mean, obviously, it's really visible, so it's fluorescent. It's got reflective details on it and a light at the back, so there's all kinds of stuff to get you seen. And again, MIPS, a bug net, the micro adjust dial at the back. It's a really nicely thought out helmet, and it's good. And it's got a little peak for the rain as well, so it just does keep a little bit of rain off your glasses when you're rolling into work in the wet.
So a nice little segue coming up. Obviously, you've ridden your bike into town and parked at the shops. You need to lock it.
Yep.
Thankfully, Abus have a load of good locks.
They have got a load of good locks. Well, let's start with the smallest one. I didn't think I'd use. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, no way.
Amazing. I didn't think I'd use this a lot, and I used it loads. It's the Combi Flex, so it is basically a visual deterrent. I mean, it's not got a sold secure rating, but it's great. I had it in the bar bag of my Farron all month, and I used it for, you know, when you're outside a cafe and you're popping in or you're just nipping into the shops,
or the pub, yeah. Or you're locking your bike to another bike on Exmoor in the middle of the night.
With a field of cows there to steal them.
Absolutely, it's great for that.
Oh, fabulous.
So yeah, use that a lot. It's really useful and very light, easy to stick in a pocket.
So moving on, we've got a few D-locks here, and that looks like a sizable lock.
Yeah, so this is the Granite X Plus 540. Have a feel of that.
Crikey, I could do probably curls with that, I reckon.
Heavy lock and very secure. So if you're insuring your bike, sometimes they'll ask you to lock it with a bike that's got a Sold Secure rating. This has got the Sold Secure Bicycle Diamond rating, so that's the highest rating they do for bikes. And also on Abbas's own scale, which goes up to 15, it's rated as a 15. So it is the most secure bike lock they do, basically, and it's a proper solid bit of kit. So I had this mostly on the rack outside the office, so I wasn't carrying it around because it is pretty heavy. And I just locked up bikes outside the office with it. Really good, solid lock for town use.
I guess with the e-bikes though, the weight doesn't matter so much.
Yeah, it's fine. You stick it in a pannier, you don't even notice, really.
And so then we've got another D-lock down here.
Yeah, this is Granite Plus 470, so not as secure. It's a Sold Secure Bicycle Gold lock though still, and Abbas rated it as 12 out of 15. So still a really secure lock for about town or in the shed. Abbas actually supplied this with a cable, so that's good for locking your helmet or your wheel to your bike with the lock when you lock it up. I used it in the shed quite a lot with the ground anchor that I've put in.
And you've done a good job with the ground anchor.
You'll notice that it's not here.
Yeah.
No, it won't ever be anywhere else now.
Good.
So that's good. Abbas rate that as 10 out of 15 on their system. So it is like quite a secure thing. And it's always good to have something in the shed to lock stuff to, because sheds by their nature are not very secure.
Yeah. So moving on, we've got some more kind of flexible locks now, and this chain, I'd say, looks like a heavy one.
Yeah, this is a heavy chain. It's a City Chain 1010. It comes in a variety of lengths. This is kind of the middle length. It's great for locking loads of bikes together. Again, in the shed, really useful for that. Or I used it when I was out and about with my daughter, and we were just locking the bikes together. She had an e-bike, so I made her carry it around, which is good. Again, Sold Secure Bicycle Gold and 12 out of 15. So the same as the smaller of the two D-locks.
So the final one that we've got today, I know a little bit about. I don't know actual things about it. I just use it.
You've got one.
I've got one.
Yeah.
It locks my bike up outside the gym or the shops.
Yeah, this is the Bordeaux 6000. So a link lock, really nice and tidy. And also I find that D-locks, when you put them on your frame, a little bit cumbersome. This one comes with a really nice mount that you put on your seat tube, on the bottle cage bosses, and it just holds it really nicely. Very neat.
To be honest, I just chuck mine in my rucksack side pocket.
Oh yeah, that would work too.
Goes nicely.
This isn't the most secure one they do. This has got a rating of 10 out of 15 on Abbas's own scale, but they do link locks like this right up to the X Plus standard, the same as the big D lock.
Big one,
Yeah.
So, one thing that Dave is fabulous at is losing things, so keys, wallets, phones.
Mate.
I know. Have you lost the keys yet?
No, not all of them.
Oh, amazing.
Well, one thing that's great about these locks is this one, the Bordeaux, and this chain lock, City Chain 1010, and the 470. All of those are keyed alike. So you can go to your local Abbas dealer, buy a bunch of locks, and have the same key for all of them. So it doesn't work for everything. The Granite X Plus has got a different barrel, so you can't have the same key. But these three all work together, and it's brilliant. You only have to have one key on your key ring. Everything works together. You can get padlocks and frame locks for your bike and battery locks if you've got an e-bike, all with the same key. And it's great. And also, further down the line, if you want to buy another lock, or you lose one of these locks, or your bike gets nicked and the lock gets taken, you can have another lock with the same key as well, as long as you've remembered your number.
Oh, cool.
So there you go, that's all my findings from my 30 days of cycling. Thanks to Abbas for sending all the gear and for the idea.
Yeah, and if you'd like to see more from us, then remember you can subscribe. It really helps out the channel as well. Pop a like on this video if you love this content, and we'll see you in the next one.